ATV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network, coming to you from the Martinsville Speedway, the place that Earl built. Earl Baltz, that is Eldora Speedway, but Clay Earls built this famed half-mile, nestled right at the North Carolina, Virginia line of the Commonwealth State. And ATV Live, online Auto Sports Entertainment Network, is ready to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of the United Short Track Racing Association's next stop of the Triple Crown season. Tonight, Martinsville Speedway, it's the NASCAR Tour Mod. Tell everybody I'm Wesley Outland, joined in the booth by Evan Pasoko. And Evan, Martinsville, the mods, the ground pounders of the drivers that live by the grace of speed, grace of God, and 600 horsepower. It doesn't get any better or exciting than this, my friend. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Great to be back. Our second week out here on ETV Live. Again, the Double Clutch Triple Crown Series here at the short track. And, I mean, Martinsville Speedway, one of the shortest tracks in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. You mentioned the Tour Mods as well, such an iconic race car. And also, we're here at one of the first paved oval tracks in NASCAR. So it's going to be a great night of history and hoping to see some great race and 90-lap shootout here.
Absolutely, and they are just coming to the end of their qualifying/practice session. And before we go any further with starting lineup and getting this race started, let's bring in another member of the broadcast team. He'll be covering the action for us as a pit road reporter and a runner for the broadcast. Justin Rose. Now, Justin, your thoughts on the mods at Martinsville as we get ready to go.
You know, Wesley, what a historical place here. You know, this is one of the oldest ovals ever in NASCAR racing, and we're racing at the place that claimed one of the greats in this division, Richie Evans. He died here at Martinsville several years ago. Wesley, look for this to be one heck of a battle tonight between Graves, Littlefield, and the rest of the guys here at the front of the field.
Should be an exciting one. 90 laps coming your way. Let's give you your starting lineup as they're gritting behind the Ford first pace car now. Row number 1 on the pole, quickest time of the 18.8083. Nathan Saxon in the 2 to his outside, the 14 of Samuel Dick. Row 2, Evan.
Row 2 starting in the third position is John Minotto, and Joshua Hand is going to start fourth.
It's going to be Preston Boers in the 11. Gerald John will be in the 15.
Row 4, Brett Osborne in the number 10, starting 7th, and TJ Graves 8th.
Now the top 10, Gary Holbrook in the 12 to the inside to the outside. 17, Jordan Dow.
Greg Ostrander starting 11th, and 12th is Ray Farlow.
It's going to be the machine of Clifton Cockrell starting 13th in the 9, and Michael Morrison will be in the 8.
Joe Marks and Vinny Sansone 15th and 16th.
And it's going to be David Chimera in the 20, starting 17th. Mike Littlefield will be in the 4. He'll start 18th.
Starting in 19th, it's Dayton Gank, and then Nick Beaver's going to round off the field 20th.
And they're coming to the 1 to go indication this time by. Next time around, they will get the green flag, and this race will be underway. That's your official starting lineup for the next stop of the Triple Crown Series. It's a Triple Crown, best 3 races each week for the Silver Crown, the Midgets, and the Tour Mods. And the best race of the night is broadcast right here on ETV Live. It's Wednesday evening here at Martinsville. The Ford first Mustang car comes on pit road, gets out of harm's way. These drivers live by the grace of God. 600 horsepower through the gearboxes. We're underway with the Tour Mods at Martinsville on ETV. And with a jump, it's Saxon, Dick, Manito. The top 3, they'll fan out down the back straightaway in a fine fashion as we're about to put 1 lap on the board. 90 laps, Evan Pasoko. It will fly by here at Martinsville.
Still side-by-side. Contact for 4. Joshua Hand is going to go around in front of the field. Caution flag will fly. That 3 was stuck on the top side. He just got turned coming off 4. We're going to have our first caution of the night.
So the caution flag out over the speedway. Justin Rose, now, can you give us any more better take on what happened with the 3 car?
The 11 car was down on the inside line, side by side with the 3 car there. I believe the 11 was Preston Boers. Preston got loose and slid right up, and poor Joshua Hahn, he had nowhere to go, Wesley.
So Joshua Hahn will drop now to inside the dozen spot, the 12th position, and the number 3 entry comes, well, he looks like he'll stay on to the racetrack, but he will go to the back, and this should be a quick yellow. Well, actually, he's on pit road. The number 3 will hit pit roads. It looks like they might be making service, and then again, it might be the end of the night for the driver. As he brings out our first caution. Want to bring in also the executive producer, mention him, J.D. Webb, handling the operations for the broadcast, and, of course, Laura Lawson running the camera work. The engineer is Laura Lawson. They call her Lucy. running the boards for us this evening. And of course, we are underway. 3 laps into this deal, and again, Evan Pasoko, the modifieds. You know, these are the oldest NASCAR tour cars ever in the history of the NASCAR sanctioning body. They've run them since back before the 40s, before even strictly stocks came around at Darlington. So definitely a lot of heritage and history behind the modifieds. And of course, Bowman Gray Stadium, just about 100 miles from me, the Madhouse. Of course, if you watched on History Channel, that great TV show, it's all about the modifieds and you know, the rivalries between the Junior Millers and the Burt Myers gang and R.A. Brown and John Boyd Brown and everyone else. And, of course, modified is very popular in NASCAR. We're excited to be broadcasting them here tonight.
And definitely, I mean, Martinsville Speedway itself opened way back in 1947, one of the first paved tracks in NASCAR, known as the Paperclip. I mean, it seats 65,000 people. It's packed tonight. Again, this is our second time out here on ETV Live with this Triple Crown Series. I know Justin and JD covered last week. I believe that broadcast was at Bristol or Dover, I do believe. I didn't get a chance to catch that, but again, this is our second time out here, and it's tour mods. Now the field's starting to double up behind the Hayes car. We're looking to go back green next time by.
Yeah, by the way, doubleheader next Thursday night, I believe it is. Two great nights of racing at Dover. It should be exciting coming up here next week. So remember to check it out at tv-eplay.net. As Through the Gearboxes, here they come. Back to full song. Nathan Saxon, Samuel Dick, Preston Books, Manito, John, they all door down into turn number 1.
The 5, Justin Manito side by side. He's going to pull up in front of Preston Boers. Preston Boers dropping back on the high side. Now Gerald John to the inside. They're going to get real close into 3. 11's going to wash up the racetrack. 15's going to take that spot as well.
And they'll all go at it one more time. And I'm watching this battle also between Preston Boers, TJ Graves. That's been pretty hot and heavy for the most part. One car behind the wall, Joshua Hahn. They're going at it hot and heavy here at Martinsville. And Nathan Saxon opened up that lead by half a second as they exit off 4.
Everybody in the top 10 is single filed out now, finding their position. We have a battle side by side in the 11th position on the inside. The 16, Ray Farlow, trying to hold off the 8 of Michael Morrison. He's going to pick up that spot. And now also the number 9 car of Clinton Cockrell is going to be side by side going into the backstretch. That's all for 13th spot.
Yeah, Cockrell on the outside lane. Now Littlefield's trying to sneak in there and make something happen. Meanwhile, they all fan back out around this tight paperclip half mile. Racing is exciting. It's intense. And I'm telling you, we're 10 laps into this thing, 80 laps to go. Still a long way to go, but yes, you got to think these laps will fly by fast, Evan, as Saxon leads them again, going back to the stripe.
Emily's got a 0.6 of a second lead right now here at Martinsville. Also, Joshua Hahn, who's sitting on pit road, 7 laps down right now, still trying to get his race car repaired. But it's Saxon, Dick Manetto, John, and TJ Graves right now in the top 5.
Again, you watch this battle going on as they go back off into the corner, and Saxon still keeping that margin going on into turn 3 and out of 4. Dick's now trying to close in. It's less than almost a half a second, maybe more. And don't count out the guys. I'm telling you, we'll throw Justin Rosa back into this mix. Cars top 5 right now, about the half a second behind each other, maybe a second or more for third on back. But, you know, the top 5 are really opening up from 6th on back through the field.
You know, one of the cars to look for coming through the pack here is the number 6 car, TJ Graves. He's in the 5th spot. He's getting right up on the tail of Gerald John in the 15. Look for him to go to the front and possibly challenge Saxon. But some of the guys coming from the back you want to look for later on the race, Wesley, really quick, is the number 4 of Mike Littlefield. He's in 13th, and right behind him, Vinny Sansone. He's in a 1 car. He's in 14th.
And the racing is underway, hot and heavy, after we had that 1 caution flag back on lap number 3, involving, ironically, the number 3 of Joshua Hahn. Everybody around the racetrack, they're going at it. And for the moment, they're trying to catch Nathan Saxon one more time, Evan, off the corner.
Emily Saxon continuing to pull away from John Manetto in that 2nd position, running about 1/10 quicker per lap. He's now opened up to a 1.2 second gap. And also, we were taking a look at that battle for 5th place. TJ Graves really throwing it into the corner there in his number 6 and 5th spot right now. Gerald John's under attack for 4th. They're going to try to work that thing out, though.
And they come back off into the corner, and again, Saxon leads them out of turn number 2, back down the back straightaway, and again, opening up that marginal lead on Menino and Dick and John and Graves, and good hard racing in the back, and everybody, for the most part, staying with each other inside the top 10. You look on back to around 10th, 11th, and so, where Greg Ostrander in the 18 is. And, of course, from there on, they're losing grip of the pack. And the thing is, too, Evan Pasoko, if you lose the lead pack here at a place like Martinsville, you can go a lap down in a hurry, as Nick Beaver in the 19 car just did. He's the first back marker car to go a lap down.
Daily, such a short racetrack. Also, another great move for 12th place last lap. Mike Littlefield into number 4. Just went around the 9 of Clifton Cockrell. Throw it down there into the bottom on turn 1 and make it stuck. So he's going to move up to the 12th position.
Okay, and I understand that Nick Beaver having some problems and he has retired from the event. Looking at the scoring monitor just a moment ago, and we've got trouble up in turn on the racetrack. Mike Littlefield's involved. He has stalled. Everybody else is checking up behind him, and we got a spin on the front straightaway, Justin Rose now.
Yeah, 16 Ray Farlow and the 4 Mike Littlefield. They got contact going down the front straightaway. I don't know if Mike was getting a little too aggressive there, but just like a little bit of a raw racing deal, Wesley.
20 laps in, 70 to go. Littlefield in the 4 car, the 16 of Ray Farlow also involved. Farlow able to continue along. We're under caution flag at number 2. We'll step away for a moment and take a quick break. This is the ETV Live Online Autosport Entertainment Network and live coverage of the United Short Track Racing Association Triple Crown Trifecta Series on this Wednesday night from Martinsville.
It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Drivers, start your engines!
Michael Conti comes up at a corner number 4 in the checkered flag. He wins his first NASCAR iRacing.
Inside SimRacing.tv, the fastest show on the internet. Sim racing news and reviews since 2007, with new shows every week.
Welcome back to ETV Live coverage, and before we come quickly back for the restart, we're 25 of 90 laps into this deal, 65 remaining. Wesley Outland, Evan Pasoko, Justin Rose now, J.D. Webb, Lauren Lawson running the program. Let's show you the replay before we come back to green. The 9 of Clifton Cockrell spinning, exiting off of pit road. Justin Rose, now we were not expecting pit stops. Why did they do that, and is this really going to change the complexion of the race?
I don't know, honestly, Wesley, if the tires taken by half the field in the back half are really going to change the outcome. We only got 25 laps or so put in here, and these tour mods, they don't fall off very much as far as lap times go, as far as tires. But what happened with the 9 car on pit road, Mike Littlefield did not pay attention to the 9 car. Clifton Cockrell was stopped because the paddle man down at the end of pit road. Had the stop sign out because the pace car was passing everybody, and the Ford just ran right through Clifton.
Just simply made his own driver error, and he goes to the back for that, and it's costly. He's in the 17th position now, 4 laps down, and possibly he might even look at retiring from the event. As again, we also had another incident on the, yeah, he's done for. We had another incident happen on the racetrack between, when we went to break, between the 7 of Joe Marks and the number 4 of Mike Littlefield. And Adam, you were able to catch that before we, when we were under commercial break.
Yeah, definitely. Both drivers were entering their pit stalls on their front straightaway. It's not like they were going around that tricky bend in turn 1. Maybe you think if they're side by side that could cause an incident, but no, they just got together, gave each other a little bit of a bump. Not sure if that was for any contact on the racetrack, but no harm, no foul. But they definitely did want to make something proven there on pit road.
Yeah, and this is a broadcast on ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network, solely for private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction of the accounts used in tonight's event without the express written consent of John Wessling, J.D. Webb is respected in prohibited. We got problems. The 5, John Nino getting sideways. Wow, that could have been costly. Second, third place might be up for grabs now as Samuel Dick gets by him going back into turn 1.
Real loose, the 6, TJ Graves now. Here's now the 15 car. Gerald John's going to go side by side with that 6 down into turn number 3. 15's going to go by and take that position away as well.
And while that's going on, Saxon says, see, I wouldn't want to be. He's gone. Open up that lead to almost 3/4 of a second on Samuel Dick. Menino, John, Graves, there's your top 5. They're down the backstretch, roaring all 700 horsepower to turn 3.
Definitely, Nathan Saxon did not come down pit road to get tires. We mentioned that was nearly all those drivers that came down near the back of the field, and Saxon just continuing to dominate. However, he did lose a 10th last lap. Samuel Dick's going to close the gap to 6/10 as they work their way into turn number 3, lap 34.
And the lap 34, laps winding down. Lap 45 will be the halfway mark. And I understand that Cockrell has too much damage on the rear end to continue. Back down to pit road to Justin Rose now.
Just spoke with the guys down in the 9 pit box there. They had to load it up on the trailer. Way too much damage to the rear end of that car to continue.
Tough break, and again, that driver was the one that Laura lost. And great job, Lucy, showing the coverage back on ETV Live of the incident that happened coming off of pit road while they were under the caution flag. Saxon, Dick, Menino, John, Graves, your top 5. Everybody is all single file for the moment. And for the most part, things have calmed down Evan Paceco here at Martinsville as they exit off turn 4.
Then we had a little bit of a battle around the 6th position between the 17 of Jordan Dow right now sitting in that spot, and then in 7th place the 11 Preston Boers. They were the 11 putting a little bit of pressure on last time by. They've now spread that out to about a 4 car length gap. This is all going around 6th place, but they took a look at it, but right now they're just right in line.
Going at it hot and heavy, Vinny Sansone, another driver that we talked about that normally does well in the sprint car and the Silver Crown ranks. Of course, you'll catch some of those races. A part of the Triple Crown for the United Short Track Racing Association here on ETV Lives. Wednesday or Thursday night coverage. Remember, next Thursday night, it is a doubleheader from Bristol. Should be exciting. Check it out. ETV-eplay.net is, again, the best of the best going at it. And if somebody can pull the trifecta for the Triple Crown Series, they can walk away with $1,750 just in a sim event, Evan. That is awesome, spectacular, and that's a big chunk of change for just spending a little hour or two on a Wednesday or Thursday night.
Definitely a weekly series. We're covering 1 race per week. Again, Nathan Saxon right now up in front. It is the ETV Live Double Clutch marketing group putting this deal together. United Short Track Racing Association, great deal going on, and we get to see some great good old short track racing like we are now. But however, Saxon still out by 0.6 of a second.
And I understand also Preston Boers is off the pace in the 11 car. Everybody's flying by him like a lost cause. Justin Rose now is on the pit road. What's the report on the 11?
Car looks like it's having ignition issues. It's not really getting forward on the straightaways. He's sputtering down the front stretch. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue, but he looks like he's holding up a lot of cars here behind him.
Definitely holding up the pack, and you got to wonder who's going to get impatient and give him the chrome horn, so to speak. Or, well, actually, you can't call it the chrome horn, the Nerf bar. They got these front bars on their cars, the open wheel mods. They have them Nerf bars, and they'll get up under there. The Panhard bar will give them a bump, get them loose, get them sideways. Believe it or not, Evan Pasoko, you can get more sideways in a modified car being pushed out of the way than you can a full fendered stock car like the big boys do on Sunday. Anyhow, it's Saxon leading back in 1.
Definitely. Now take a look at that 11, though. Preston Bohr sitting in 8th place. He just went milk to the inside of the 8. Michael Morrison's going to have to check up. 11 tried to dive it down there. He just did not have the room, and he is continuing to have some ignition errors, some electrical issues right now on the racetrack. Now the one, Vinny Sansone's going to go low on him on the front straightaway. They're going to be side by side into turn 1, and the 1's going to pick up the spot.
Getting ready now to give you a full field rundown of where we sit as we just passed halfway. We're halfway home. 45 down and 45 to go. Nathan Saxon in your 2 is your leader. The 14 of Samuel Dick is second. John Menino in the 5 is third. Gerald John in the 15 is fourth. And TJ Graves rounds out the top 5 in the number 6. Come down to the bottom 5 there, Evan.
Jordan Dow right now in the 17, sitting in the 6th position. 7th place is the 8 of Michael Morrison. Vinny Sansone's moved his number 1 up into the 8th position. Also Preston Bohr's in that 11 and sitting in 9th. And Greg Ostrander sitting 10th in that number 18.
11th is Joe Marks in the number 7 machine. Brett Osborne is 12th in the number 10. Then you got David Schummer in the 13th. The 16 of Ray Farlow is 14th, and Gary Holbrook in the 15th spot in the number 12.
Dayton Gake right now sitting in the 16th position in the number 13. Also Mike Littlefield 17th in the number 4. Joshua Hannon in the number 3 sitting in 18th position. 19th Clifton Cockrell, he is out of the race in his number 9. And 20th also Nick Bieber off the track as well.
And so far, there has been only 2 big trouble. I just said the word wreck, and now we got chaos out of turn number 4. Big trouble. I just mentioned we had the second caution only of the race. Now make it number 3. Big trouble. Justin Rose now, and it happened exiting off the 4th turn. And caution on the speedway. They're not throwing a caution, though. I just saw a bunch of smoke and chaos, but we're still under green. We're still under green, Evan Pasoko. I don't know why NASCAR and the United Short Track Racing people did not throw the yellow, but they had a good reason to keep it green, and they done so.
Definitely the 15 and the 17 got together along with the 9 all in turn number 4. 15 actually went around. Several cars were involved in it, but apparently there is no caution on the racetrack. Seemed like a pretty major incident. Checked up half of the field, but we're still green right now.
Let's go to pit road. Justin Rose now. You got a better look at the incident off turn 4. That should have been a caution that turned out not to be.
No, sir. Just racing hard for position there. That guy's not backing down. The 5th, their crew is really unhappy. They're checking with race officials right now. Not very happy with the actions of TJ Graves. 17 just had nowhere to go. Didn't have enough time to check up. He got into them, but the big winner is Vinny Sansone.
No doubt about it, Vinny Sansone. And now we've got a caution out of the speedway. Problems on the racetrack. The 15 machine has spun it. And that's the 15 of Gerald John. He was involved in what should have been yellow flag number 3. Now it turns into yellow flag number 3. And caution number 3 is out for the 3rd time. Oh, how many times can we say 3, Evan Pasoko? Let's go to pit road. Justin Rose now. What happened?
18 just getting impatient with the 15 on the racetrack, and 15 gets the chrome horn again. He sits there in turn 4 and gets it back underway here, guys. 15 is really upset, and don't be surprised if there's a protest.
Leaders are pitting. Can you believe it, Evan Pasoko? With less than 30 laps to go in this, the cars are coming onto pit road. Saxon is in. Samuel Dick is in. Everyone inside the top 10 comes to pit road. And this could be the money stop. I didn't think we would have seen it, but it's taken place. Let's go to pit road to the top end, Justin Rose now.
Number 2, Nathan Saxon, your leader before this round of pit stops. He gets the right side up, looking for 2 Hoosier tires. 14, he takes 2 Hoosier tires. Number 2, he's taking all 4 Hoosier tires on the race car.
14 machine, 11.4 seconds, and Justin Rose now more in front of you.
I was just going to say, a lot of guys are opting for 4 tires. Don't know if it's going to help this late in the race, but I'm telling you right now, the 4 Hoosier tires for your previous leader, Nathan Saxon, that may be the ticket here with about 40 laps to go or so.
Evan Pasoko, any takers on pit road in front of you, buddy?
Also, the number 5 of John Minotto came down when our leaders did. He took his 4 tires, and he was in there for a while getting some damage repair. Something was wrong with the race car. Maybe he stalled it there on pit road, but he's going to lose a handful of spots.
And it gives the lead now to the number 6 of TJ Graves. Graves goes to the lead. Brett Osborne second. David Chumra goes to third in the 20. Samuel Dick, the only driver that really capitalized out of this whole ordeal, now moves up to, it looks like they're giving him the second spot. Wow, this is interesting. Got some new heavy hitters up at the front of the pack, guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Saxon, you saw he stayed in to take 4 tires. We're still seeing, obviously, we have some lap cars waiting to get their lap back sitting in front of our leaders. That includes the number 15 of Gerald John last car on the lead lap. So he's going to get his lap back when we come to get the 1 to green. But they're still sorting it out, but that was an interesting. I mean, we saw the back half of the field pit earlier on in the race, so I guess it was just time for the front half to come swing by. Now we're going to get the 1 to go. So we're going to go green here when we're going to go to take lap 59 and 90 here at Martinsville. Lap starting to wind down.
Absolutely, and what we'll do this time by that Ford first pace car will accelerate and get away from the field as the Warlords of the Mod Squad, the Ground Pounders, will get ready to go at it. Double file for the restart. Looks like a couple cars exiting off of pit road, and they'll get ready to gas them up one more time. We'll give you a crank it up for you, ETV style. Laura, our producer, JD Webb, this is for you. Let's sound them off with the mods at Martinsville as they roar to turn 1. Wow, trouble during
Big
the crank
wreck.
it up, and we got big trouble. Vinny Sansone up and out of here. Up and out of here goes Vinny Sansone, and it blocks
Huge
the
wreck.
path, Evan Pasoko. Big trouble here at Martinsville.
We got a great shot of that. We were on board with the 2 Nathan Saxon there, and he took a shot at the number 14 because he was side by side with the 6. 14 maybe checked up a bit. 2 got into him, and all of a sudden the next thing we see is the 6 TJ Graves is super loose, gets in the wall off 4, and he is the one that initially started the incident. The wreck caused when everybody tried to avoid him. 8 got turned by the 16, collecting the 9. Sansone, and the one you saw, he got airborne up there going into the turn 1. Scary wreck.
Vinny Sansone up and out of here in the grass part of the over the catch fence up there in turn 1. It didn't go in the stands, thank goodness, but Justin Rose now, again, that car did go over the catch fence in turn 1.
Yeah, the 1's got very heavy damage. He will not probably get it fixed in time. The 10 is sitting upside down on pit road for some reason. Don't know if he forgot how to drive or what, but I'm telling you right now, this is pretty much the end of the race right here. Saxon, all he's got to do is get around the 14. 4 fresh starters versus 2. I'll take 4 every time, Wesley.
Absolutely, and yeah, you got the number 10 of Brett Osborne upside down on pit road as everyone else is on all 4s. He's in his pit stall is what the word is, but bottom line, there is a problem on the number 10. A host of cars involved in that incident, and a great job by our camera work from Lucy Laura Lawson catching that big trouble there. I wanted to do that, crank it up, and then all hell breaks loose. And I understand the tow truck dumped him upside down when they were trying to get him on the pit road, so that's what happened. It's on the replay now. Laura is just on the ball. Lucy Laura has got it. The tow truck dumped the 10 upside down to his pit stall. Apparently, I guess Osborne made the tow truck driver mad. I don't know. But they're not discussing dinner plans, that's for certain. It's definitely going to set us up for a shootout, guys. With 30 laps to go, this should be interesting.
I wonder if one of the other cars in that incident may be sponsored by that tow truck company, but somehow he's sitting there upside down in his stall, and how, look at this, we only have 4 cars on the lead lap at this point. Samuel Dick sitting in the first position in that number 14. The number 2, Nathan Saxon, second place. Then we have Greg Ostrander, in third place, that number 18. And then Gerald John is fourth place 15 car. Also, that is the only 4 cars in the lead lap. Everybody else down a lap, obviously, from that major incident.
Wow, big trouble. Cut out of pit road. Justin Rhodes now, I understand Graves, Sansone, and others are done.
Yeah, the 10, he had a lot of damage. He's still sitting upside down on pit road. I don't know if he's going to be able to make it back out. He's looking to be done. Just spoke with the guys in the pit boxes for the 1 and the 6. They are going to be done as well, as I'm sure several others are looking to possibly load up on the trailer and call it the night because they really don't have much of a car left to race with.
What a shame. Had 20 mods start this deal, and now you're down to 7 or 8 remaining as here they come through the firing line and shootout with less than 25 laps to go on ETV Live. Hold your breath because these guys are on an all-out gutter war. It's the Triple Crown. Back to the line. Green flag in the air. The back of the turn 1. Samuel Dick leads them. Saxon, Ostrander, John. He's back in the fight. How about Gerald John? He was one of the guys involved in the first caution. He's now in the run for the money as they come back to the line.
Such a change of events after last week. We went caution-free. These guys definitely like beating and banging. Only 4 cars on the lead lap. It'll be interesting to see if any lap cars are faster than these leaders and get involved in it. But it's still Samuel Dick out front over Nathan Saxon is pressuring. He's going to take a good charge at it in 3. He's going to back off 4.
Well, the heavyweight bout just took place, and we got big trouble on the front straightaway. 15. Jared John gets upside down, end over end, and lands on his pit stall. He lands on pit road, guys, and the caution's out. And we got another machine up against the outside wall right at the flag stand. That's Greg Ostrander. You thought with only 7 cars you wouldn't have chaos. It's on like neck bones or Donkey Kong, as Duck Dynasty says, as they are under yellow flag again.
And the 2 cars that started that was half of our lead lap. 18 just got loose. 15 looked low off turn 4. Sorry, got loose, went high to avoid it, had nowhere to go. That sent the 18 upside down. The 15 flipped over the safer barrier onto pit road. Lucky no crew members were down there. Hopefully Justin was nowhere near that incident. But yeah, another big incident. Now I think we're only going to have 2 cars on the lead lap. Wow.
This is insane. This is crazy. Samuel Dick stays on the racetrack. Meanwhile, the 2, Nathan Saxon and everybody else behind him comes on to pit road except lap down cars. This is now the money stop with 20 to go to pit road to Justin Rose now.
Most definitely. You got just a few guys out here.
That's the second time that the 15 and the 18 of Ostrander and Gerald John have made contact. And again, you gotta wonder, the old saying goes in racing, you know, I'm never gonna forget what you did to me. I'll let it go, I'll move on, but eventually payback is, you know what. And 15 of Ostrander and the 15 of John.
And the 15 definitely not happy over that incident. Obviously, Gerald John just got collected in that. He's still sitting at a funky angle right now on pit road. And again, Nathan Saxon comes down to take his stop, obviously taking 4 tires. However, Samuel Dick did not pit, and Nathan Saxon's going to be able to pass all those lap cars because he's on the lead lap. So really, Saxon might have a slight advantage here.
Vinny Sansone came onto pit road, and of course Samuel Dick stays on the racetrack. All the other lap down cars now come to pit road, and yes, the man that was second, Nathan Saxon, came on to the pits. Justin Rhodes now, what was Saxon's crew saying? Are they going to try to, what was the reason to pit and being the only car on the lead lap? And I mean, you ain't got nothing to lose, bottom line?
Well, look at it this way, Wesley. When you take 4 huge tires against a guy that's on old set of 2 tires and never changed the left sides, he's probably going to hot lap thing right around the 14 and take the Triple Crown race here tonight at Martinsville. That's their game plan for the rest of this race here, is just go balls to the wall, Wesley.
And bottom line, Evan Pasoko, you got nothing else left to lose. And you got to wonder, did Samuel Dick flat spot any of those tires from slamming on the brakes, checking up? Because, yeah, this is a concrete asphalt surface here at Martinsville. Asphalt on the straightaway, concrete in the paperclip corners. You're going to use up a lot more of that tread in the corners, using up that rubber, racing hard in the turns. We've seen a lot of great aggressive racing going on in the corners. The straightaways, you drive all out as we are ready for now a 18-lap shootout. The green flag goes back in the air. Racing back underway here in Martinsville. Dick, Saxon, they go at it 1 and 2. Holbrook's right there in third as they go down the back straightaway to turn 3.
Definitely, you would hate to see any lap cars get in the way of this battle. However, Holbrook, you mentioned, sitting in third place on the racetrack. He is third. However, he is a lap down, so it's a 2-horse race to the finish of this thing. Samuel Dick got the start, being the leader on the restart. However, the 2, Nathan Saxon, sitting in second place, is trying to close.
And the sad thing is, there's not a lucky dog in the United Short Track Racing Association Series. This driver will stay a lap down unless Holbrook can pass by your leaders of Dick and Saxon, go all the way back around the paperclip, and then make a run for the money. It's mano a mano, Ricky Bobby, Talladega Night style. Dick and Saxon going at it again for the lead in turns 3 and 4. Would you have it any other way?
Yeah, Samuel Dick got the jump because he was the leader there. However, that 2 Saxon on those 4 fresh Hoosier tires, he is definitely closing. However, one thing is catching him. The second part is, passing somebody is completely different from catching him, and he is trying to figure something out right now. He's closing the gap, lap 77.
It's down between these 2 cars. Laura Lawson, don't take your eye off of these 2 because that's the battles on the racetrack. It's bottom line. This is the race right here. Dick and Saxon, less than 12 to go. Saxon goes to the inside. He tries to get the left for quarter panel of Dick. Dick protects the bottom. He catfishes off the corner. Then goes up top shelf. Saxon goes to the inside. He'll try to catfish on the machine of Dick as they go into 1 and 2.
Half a car length there into turn number 1. Now 14 is going to pull a 3-car length lead into turn number 3. Saxon trying to play a mind game, step out, and try to convince Dick that he is there. Try to make him, give him that inside line. Samuel Dick's going to hold tough for that lead. We're coming 10 laps to go next time by. Dick still by 1 car length.
And we've got a NASCAR first update. Justin Rose now. We're down to 10 laps to go. What's the history maker?
I'm telling you right now, I'm getting word from some of the guys down in the pits here. NASCAR slash the first guys here at iRacing, they're definitely going to take a look into the incidents involving the 15 and the 18. A lot of bad blood between those 2. Crew chiefs and drivers have been summoned to the hauler, guys.
Wow, and I thought you were going to say this comes down between the only 2 cars on the lead lap. This is it. They're going at it. You wouldn't have it any other way. This is it. Back to 1, 8 laps to go. Dick, Saxon, 1 wrong slip, 0.02 of a second, maybe less, and it's going to be Saxon to get him. They're back to turn 3, and again, Dick holds his line. They'll stay single file back to the stripe with now 7 to go as they go to turn 1, Evan.
Keeping on that 14, maybe running a defensive line. 2's going to get right up to that bumper in turn 1. He just made up a lot of time there. A half a car length down the back straightaway trying to protect. 2's going to try to look to the inside, not going to get it done in 3. Here he comes, still 1/2 of a car length off of turn number 4. Come to take lap 84, nearly 7 laps to go.
The United Short Track Association officials are high above the tower, and they're watching these guys go at it, and there's a little bit of aggressive driving. You got blocking going on. You got slide moves going on. You got drivers trying to throw the block in one part of the track to the top to the bottom. Here comes Saxon one more time. Lap car is a pick to turn 1. Not going to work. Throwing the block on the bottom goes Dick. Dick says, I'll have none of it. He leads him down the backstretch with less than 5 to go this time by.
Look maybe for a bump and run. Nathan Saxon right there on the number. There he goes. He gives him a shot and he spins him for the lead. He spins him out. The 2's going to drive by. Oh my, they just wrecked for the lead.
They just
Caution flag is out.
5 laps to go. 5 to go. The chrome horn, the bumper, the bump and run, whatever you want to call it. And this will end the race, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think they can get this race started. My, oh my, how are they going to sort this? How are they going to sort this out? Do the United Short Track Racing Association, do they penalize Dick, or do they penalize Saxon for giving Dick the chrome horn?
And the 14, Samuel Dick, obviously extremely frustrated on the radio. They are going at it right now. They got to watch themselves because that hauler might have a couple more guests at the end of this thing. We may have a 1-lap shootout. And the crazy thing about this is when they spun, the caution flag did not come out immediately. And 2 cars passed the 2 and the 14 there, so that makes now put 4 cars on the lead lap. So if we have a 1-lap shootout, let's see what happens here. The 2 obviously taking responsibility for the incident, but there is still heated discussion going on. You got to watch out for a brawl there down on pit road. Heated emotions here as they wreck for the lead.
Justin Rosedale, you said it correctly. Holler party later. I don't think it's going to be a good after party either.
No, I'm just getting word from race officials here. I think there's going to be possible suspensions for some of the actions here over the driver communications. And then on top of that, Wesley, the actions on the racetrack are definitely protestable. So we'll see if the 2 is going to be able to defend his race win here.
That's what I'm wondering, and can they get this race back started again? And you know, executive producer, they've got to get the lights off on the pace car this time. I know executive producer J.D. Webb said, you know, there's a chance we might have a 1-lap shootout. They've got to get the lights off this time by. Will it take place? And
the lights will stay on. The race is done. Nathan Saxon unofficially, obviously, will be your winner. He's still discussing it. I mean, repeating it over with his crew chief to the USTRA officials up in the tower. Still a whole other drivers now getting involved in the argument. And it's not over. It's not going to finish at the checkered flag. I'll tell you that much. What a crazy race again, too, is taking responsibility for the incident. But I mean, is that a racing deal? Because they were battling for the lead, but that was pretty crazy. Yeah.
This is Martinsville. You see the bump and run in NASCAR as they come to the line. The white flag is in the air. One more lap to go. There was a couple of bumps. He got him loose in the corner. Yes, but hey, you're coming to the end of this thing. You got a chance to pull the Triple Crown and get $1,750 if you pull it off. Hey, it's all about the money. It's all about racing. This is a tight bull ring like Martinsville. You're going to see this type of racing. Hands down, I think Saxon, he did what he had to do to win. And I'll throw this out here as well as they circle around to turn 3 and 4 to the flagman and to get the checkered flag to end this deal. Samuel Dick was throwing the block. Samuel Dick was throwing the block a lot on the 2 of Nathan Saxon.
He's pulling up next to him.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, a little post-rage activity, maybe.
He's going to pull it over. It looked like he was chasing him down there on that pace lap. He's going to pull over now, but it looked like that 14 was hunting as they were working around, but no, 2's going to cross the line, take the checkered flag for now. But
Justin Rosedale, has Madhouse came to Martinsville? You're exactly right. He just said it in the producer's ear. Has Madhouse came to Martinsville, and are we going to have a kind of similar party like the way the Waltrip and Wallace fight was at the Winston in 88 or 89? Between those cats going at it, are we going to see Saxon and Dick and have the USTRA officials got to both haulers and tried to restore some order?
Wow,
I'm telling you,
what a race, man.
I'm telling you guys, this is going to be one heck of a hauler party to watch, because I'm telling you, I bet you Nathan Saxon might not be racing next week for the points.
See, and in my opinion, I hate that. And I hate that because, like I said, this is a tight bull ring. You're going to expect that kind of racing. And for the viewers at home or wherever you are around the globe, you wouldn't have expected anything less. Post-race show is coming up. We'll take a quick break. We'll get our top 3, maybe a word from race control as well, as it's a wild one at Martinsville. Bump and run with 5 to go. Saxon gets into Dick. Dick goes around. 2 cars get the lead lap back. And when it's all said and done, Nathan Saxon takes the checkers under the toe of the pace car. This is ETV Live, powered by the HD Radio Network and the Triple Crown Series with the United Short Track Racing Association.
Join 5,000 plus other listeners where you could hear everything from big 80s metal to classic rock and roll, country radio, ETV live sports radio, even all that unplugged rock and roll. HDRadioNetwork.com, one of the fastest growing internet radio networks. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take it with you, cowboy. Get the mobile app for Android, iPhone, iPad, and all the rest from TuneIn.com. serious online racing enthusiast, you need Derek Spear Design, maker of high-quality, custom-built, and 50 caliber strong simulation racing products like button boxes, shifter pedals, component parts, and more. The advantage a championship sim racing driver needs. Rated 10 out of 10 by Inside Sim Racing TV. Check out his line of top-shelf sim racing products reasonably priced at DerekSpearDesigns.com and buckle in for a no-nonsense ride. DerekSpearDesigns.com today, cowboy.
Welcome back after a wild one from Martinsville. Martinsville has now became the Madhouse, or Martinsville, whatever you want to call it. I hope John Madden don't sue me. Welcome back to ETV Live coverage on the HD radio network of the Triple Crown Series. And Justin Rose now to pit road to you to wrap it up. As I understand, there will not be any post-race show because everybody is in TROU-BLE. Back to you.
Man, I'm telling you what, Travis Tritt would make a killing tonight with all of his licensing of his songs going on around here. I'm telling you what, man, you know, NASCAR First, iRacing, all them guys are down here in the hauler. This place has got a line stretching clear back outside the track just from how many instances been on the track tonight, Wesley. And I'm telling you what, it's fixing to get on like Donkey Kong in here just because it's WWE night at the track.
I understand there's a fight. I understand that the officials have been knocked down, pushed around, slung around. You got fans trying to climb the catch fence to get across the pit road.
No one's leaving. They're all
watching. Very interesting, Evan Pasoko, from our view up in the tower.
I'm telling you what, man. You know, I've watched crew members from Dick's team and crew members from Saxon's team. They're going at it, man, and this is like the Royal Rumble. I'm telling you what, Wesley, this is going to get wild here before we even close the broadcast here.
And by the way, the war goes on to next week at the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. If you thought Martinsville or Madhouseville was going to be awesome tonight, wait until next week where it goes to Bristol, because I understand there's penalties, there's going to be fines, there's going to be suspensions. Justin, they are talking about all sorts of stuff coming from the United Short Track Racing Association with the actions that took place tonight. But in my opinion, of course, mine don't mean Jack, but Jack Saxon in that number 4 and the number 2, it was a racing deal. Your thoughts as we close it out, Justin?
Well, in real life, it is a racing deal. You move the guy out of the way, but, you know, iRacing with their sporting code, it's plain in black and white. That's against the sporting code. You cannot wreck another competitor win. But, you know, that's the gray area in racing, Wesley, and that's pretty much all I can say about it without getting into a fight.
Evan Pasoko, you're beside me in the booth, man. Your final thoughts on this whole deal?
Well, I kept taking a look, and some people say, bump me once, shame on you, bump me twice, shame on me. Well, I'm looking, and I mean, also in the sporting code, it does say no blocking. Well, it looked like the 14 threw a couple of those out on the straightaway. So, hey, that's just two guys duking it out for a win. And, I mean, mayhem obviously ensuing here at Martinsville. We have a doubleheader next week at Bristol. That's going to really top it off. I mean, what a wicked night. I also saw some crew members on the 15 team, Gerald John, his crew members, he was involved in an incident earlier. They were also discussing with some officials down there in the trailer. So, wicked night at Martinsville. Can't believe it. Never seen anything like that before, I'll tell you that.
Well, it was a wild race to call in the booth. Me and Evan Pasoko, Justin Rose now on pit road, executive producer J.D. Webb. Wow, what a show.
I'll tell you what, Cowboy, this is just kind of stuff we've been looking for all year long. This is Season 3 official series, the Triple Crown, sponsored by Eddie Walczyk and the Double Clutch guys over there, Double Clutch Marketing. And, dude, if you ain't seen it yet, wait till next week. If you haven't seen Tempers Fly, wait till we get to Bristol. Doubleheader next week, the Sprint Series cars and the Silver Crowns. And if you've ever strapped one of those Silver Crowns on, let me tell you something, Cowboy, that's worse than an 8-second ride on a wild-ass bull. But, Wesley, good job in the booth tonight. I'm looking forward to a good, solid season of short track racing right here on ETV Live.
And I'll tell you something else, too. The replay will be up here very shortly on YouTube. This is worth something, folks, to hook up your HDMI cable to your big screen television like I have my 70-inch big screen TV in the living room and watch this sucker. Put the surround sound on it. Hey, tonight had it all. And by the way, great job by Lucy Laura Lawson running the camera work. Evan, final thoughts as we get out of here.
Can't wait till next week. I mean, a wicked night of racing. We saw Bumper beating 2 cars left on the lead lap, duking it out for the win. Can't wait till we go to Bristol.
Well, from the Madhouse, Martinsville Speedway, good night from the Royal Rumble. As racing and iRacing becomes WWE style, penalties, fines will be levied. Wow, we'll see how this shakes up at the next great Coliseum, Bristol, next week. For J.D. Webb, Laura Lawson, Justin Rosedale, Evan Pasoko, I'm Wesley Outland. Good night, God bless, and a wild one from Martinsville. This has been ETV Live, the online auto sports entertainment network powered with audio coverage on the HD Radio Network.